channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. I also hope watching my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In today's video, I'm going to talk about cliffhanger endings in books that I can't stop thinking about because they either made my jaw drop or they just gut punched me. The Ascended. I won't say too much about this book. If you want to know the synopsis of this book, I did do a video of reading the whole Sundra universe by Greenwich Atlantic. That video is linked in the description, but I just want to say the last line of this book, The Ascended, still is on my mind on repeat because of how it connects to Riftborn and Dustbound. The ending line of this book is everything. Literally, when I read this book, I couldn't think of anything else, since I read it. I was just staring at a wall saying, did that really happen? Because I've never seen Romantasy do this twist of a cliffhanger. Never in my life has anyone did this type of twist. Yeah, if you want to be shocked, I highly recommend reading Riftborn and Dustbound before reading The Ascended. And when you read the last line of The Ascended, if you read those two books, because the last line of The Ascended will just sucker punch you in the gut, have an emotional effect if you read the first two books of their other series. And that's what I told Rachel and from Raven-Haired Reader, and I'm waiting until she finally reads that last line because her mind, I bet you, her mind will go on a tailspin. Souls in Ruin by Jacqueline White. We're following, I can never say the heroine's name, so I'm not even gonna try, but the heroine is basically the bastard daughter of the king of a kingdom, and he forces his daughter to go into an arranged marriage with the Blood King, so the Blood King doesn't destroy their kingdom. And she doesn't want to get married, but her father threatens her baby sister and her best friend, and her baby sister and her best friend are the only two people in the kingdom that care about her. And when she meets the Blood King, she thinks that she'll finally have a decent shot at a decent life because he seems like he'll treat her better than her father's kingdom ever did. But after they get married and they have their wedding night, everything flips. It turns into a captor-captive situation. She spends the whole time in the book in a dungeon. The Blood Prince tries to break her spirit, but all this time, every time she's in this cell. She's like, I won't break, I won't break. And you figure out that she is not the only person in that prison. How she gets out of captivity is very interesting, and the twists and turns and the ending is still on a loop in my brain, like what's gonna happen next. But I have not stopped thinking about this book since I read it. A Tempest of Wrath and Vengeance by Melissa K. Rourke, Book 3 in the Legacy series. If you guys don't know what the Legacy series is about, it's about Tessa Lynn, who is Fae, and in this world, the gods created the legacies, and the Fae are power sources for the legacy's power. And so they basically control them. So all this time, Tessa Lynn has been avoiding the selection. She doesn't want to get selected to be a powerful sword. Fiance Orcus calls her name and forces this bond upon her that she doesn't want anything to do with, and we go from there. And the way book 3 ended, oh, it broke my heart. The Bane of the Wild Hunt, it's book 2. Book 1 is called Captive of the Wild Hunt, and this series is the most heartbreaking series I think I have ever read. This cliffhanger of the second book, Bane of the Wild Hunt, is so brutal. This girl who's participating in the wild hunt, and she accidentally kills a member of the spring phase guard, and in return they capture her. They force her to take his place as in the guard. And that's all I can say. And it turns out that the female dryad and the Fae Prince are fated mates. In this world, if you and your fated mate are born at the exact same time, that's how you know you're fated mates. And that's all I can say in this series, because it's best if you go in blind. But as I said before, book 2 has one of the most heartbreaking cliffhanger endings I have ever read. It is gut-wrenching. The Forgotten Dawn by Laura Blake. And we're following Britta. Her father is sick, so she forges an acceptance letter to the Fae trials, even because if you win the Fae trials, you can get one wish, and Britta's one wish is to make her father be better, cure him of his illnesses. And while she's competing in these Fae trials, she catches the attention of a certain Shadow Daddy, and I loved this book. And the cliffhanger in The Forgotten Dawn, oh, I cannot wait for book 2, because what happened on the end was very entertaining, and the audiobook was great. It was a great debut romantasy book. Those are all the books that I have for you today. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would love to know. All these books are on Kindle Unlimited. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Liking this video would help me out a lot. And I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.